Living in a city like Port Moresby, we often forget that we are surrounded by water because Papua New Guinea is an island after all. And if there is something that we can count on, it's wind and waves for most of the year, even though today is just a perfect day. These conditions might change quite rapidly. Well, in traditional Papua New Guinean society, the idea of women surfing is sort of a brand new concept, because according to the elders in the village, it should be only the boy that should be surfing, not the girls. But thanks to the documentary that you're about to watch, which is called Splinters, a seed of change was planted in a small village called Vanimo in the Sepik region of Papua New Guinea. And that concept is spreading across the country and even beyond the boundaries of Papua New Guinea.
There's no surf today. The season is swinging from the southeast to the northwest, so we're unfortunately going to have to succumb to riding our surf skis and our surf rescue boards, and hopefully we'll get a chance to travel north to one of our premier surfing destinations like Vanimo, which is the site for the planned 2018 PNG World Surf League World Longboard Championship event. So, anyway, it's a nice beautiful day today, and I'm going to go and catch a few waves. Cheers.
So far we've seen a community embracing a new sport, which is surfing. And they embraced it with love and passion for it. But at the same time, we've seen also conflict emerging in the same community. Which way it's going to go, we're about to find out.
This Sunday on Documania, watch Splinters, a documentary about how the people of Vanimo cultivated the competitive surf scene. And discover the immorality and the dark currents at play behind the waves. Only on your number one to watch, MTV.
So Andy, I mean, just watching this documentary, myself as a viewer, obviously I'm a filmmaker, but I'm also part of the audience in a way. So I really enjoyed the documentary, and just by watching it, I tried to get the essence of what you guys were trying to do with it. And for me, what I thought was the strongest message was sport in a way, and just specifically surfing as a catalyst for change, which was really intelligent, because we're always looking at how to improve society, and it's not an easy thing to do. By using sport, and specifically surfing, to do that, for me, was what was most effective. Is this something that you guys thought about it before the documentary started, or it kind of came across naturally as you were shooting it, as the story was developing?
When I was contacted by Adam Pesci, the director, in 2003, that was the beginning of Splinters. It was shot over a 4-year period and culminated in the inaugural Surfing PNG National Surfing titles in Vanimo in 2007. Over the course of that 4-year period that Splinters was being shot, intermittently, over periods of 6 months, the intent of Splinters was just to capture the genesis and evolution of modern surfing in PNG, where it all started in Vanimo. Hence, that's where I created the whole reverse spiral model and the surf management plan. It was just a surfing documentary that Adam Pesci, as a graduate of a film school from Santa Barbara, California, wanted to finish his university degree with and make something. It was world premiered in New York in 2011 at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York City, the end result of that was beyond our expectation. It was never planned that way. And
So in a way, kind of life took you by surprise.
correct. I mean, I was blown away even when I was in New York, and I flew over with one of my fellow cast members, young Ezekiel, and we were sitting in the back of the cinema. There was about 650 people in the cinema in Manhattan City, and we were just blown away with the end product. It struck me then that what emanated out of Splinters was had a bigger message. It was surfing is just the vehicle, and I hope that Splinters can be utilised as not only as a catalyst for change and a stimulus to awaken people's conscience of addressing those key issues that emanated from one being violence against women, the other one being empowerment of women with equal rights and opportunities, education, and of course the social responsibility of young people having too many children. And that was clearly depicted in Splinters, and I hope that other sporting codes in the country can learn from Splinters, and also be able, the other sporting codes can review their own policies and appreciate that sports is a great medium. It's a great platform to influence society, to influence our political leaders, to appreciate that we've got some challenges, but sports is a great leveler.
Now, one point of the documentary, it was quite interesting. Inevitably, there were several factions, several different competing surfing clubs, and you had to sort of take a very strong position. You were a mediator at that point. You had to put this community together towards a goal, but also sort of enforce the idea that they had to accept that women had a role to play.
Donation of surfboards that I had bought up that particular day. There was 20 surfboards that were sitting on the ground there to be handed over to the club, and I made it very clear that with the growing number of surfers, in particular young females coming up the ranks, we had to ensure that there was an equal distribution of boards to the boys and to the girls. And what was happening is, being a predominantly male-dominated society, what was happening is the boards were just being hijacked and taken, and the girls were being deprived of access to the boards and opportunities to surf. So during the course of that annual general meeting, I had made it clear to everyone that on one hand we have the Surfing Association Constitution, which enshrined in law, it talks about empowering of women and women with equal rights and opportunities to participate in the sport. Equally, on the other side, we have our traditional customs and values that the people of Lido Village adhere to. And so what I was trying to emphasise was that the Constitution and traditional values can coexist together. And it was at that point when I stressed to David Moynihan, the young boys, that if they wanted access to the boards, they had to be flexible. They had to accept that in this day and age, our women not only are our partners, our sisters, our wives, but they are an integral part of our society. They are the glue, they are the fabric that make up our society, and surfing can be the agent of change. So in the context of the Western world, babies when they're born, the colour pink is usually for girls and colour blue is for boys. And so I thought, well, the only way to create a demarcation line, to create that separation of the donation of boards, was to maybe utilise the colour pink, fluorescent pink, and by pinking up the noses of these surfboards, and hence I created what we now know as the Pink Nose Revolution. And this very simple idea has now resonated around the world and been accepted by the World Surf League and female surfers from around the world who come and visit Papua New Guinea, including our local surfers, in that by simply pinking up the noses with a fluorescent pink colour and putting the stickers on these boards that address the violence against women and address the issues of empowerment, it created this demarcation line where the guys who receive these boards, they know that half of the boards that have been given to the girls with the pink nose are only for the girls, and if they're seen to be riding these pink nose boards, then they're a girl themselves. So of course, for the modern macho metro man of Papua New Guinea, in any other country for that matter,
Being associated to...
yeah, it would be a dent in their ego and demeaning of their status as a man. So it was a very simple idea that created the solution for the problem that I was facing, and that was how to create an equitable distribution of boards and in ensuring that women benefit directly without being undermined by a male-dominated society.
Right. Well, look, Andy, thank you so much for this conversation today, and I hope that we will be able to follow you around and be with you whenever you go outside this country representing Papua New Guinea, and what you have achieved with this documentary. We will be really very happy to be part of it somehow. So I hope this is just the beginning of a number of discussions and the beginning of a longer journey for you and hopefully with us.
Michael, thank you, and I sincerely hope that with your support and stewardship, we can eventually achieve this expansion of the Pink Nose Revolution and replicate this chapter all around the world and become the agents of change.